Hello everyone. I just wanted to come back and make the second video. First of all, I want to thank everyone because the response was enormous. I received support from so many people. I heard from so many friends and people I didn't even know who have been through domestic violence and abusive situations. And it was just so much outpouring of love and support. And I just thank you. I thank you because it really gave a voice to domestic violence, and that's very important. And so I really do. I really hope it did help people. Know that I prayed for each person. I prayed over the forum that I'm a part of, the domestic violence forums that I'm on Facebook, because it was just the reason I did the video in the first place is because I was a part of those forums, and just seeing this, it really saddened me. The women and men who were going through things in their life, in abusive situations that just felt like there was no way out. And a lot of them were on the fence about what to do. Should I leave? I'm scared to leave. And so I decided to do the video because I too was in that situation. I was a police officer. I was married to a police officer. And so, you know, people would look at me and say, well, you had all the resources you needed. You were a police officer. But it was very hard vowing to protect and serve when I couldn't protect and serve myself. When I was going home, you know, giving advice to women all day and people about how you can make it and be strong and you can do this. And I wasn't strong. And so that just made the depression, the feeling of worthlessness that much more. And so, you know, women who are battered and abused often hear, you know, you're stupid for staying, or I would have left. You could have went to a shelter. You must have liked it because you stayed. And, you know, it's very sad because abuse victims rarely share their thoughts and feelings with anyone about it. And when you hear things like that, it only urges women to stay quiet about it because they feel like they would be judged. No one would understand. It would affect their work life because they'll be looked at a certain way. And so it's just a very sad situation to be in. I wanted to share the story of my abuse because those are some of the dynamics that caused me to stay. You don't realize the manipulations that is involved. You don't realize sometimes the brainwashing even that takes place. And people get into relationships, they put their best foot forward. You don't you don't automatically see that someone is abusive until you're in it so deep, and it becomes very hard to leave, to get out of those situations. For me, I didn't understand that I was in a roller coaster abusive relationship. Now I realize I was in denial. I didn't think it was that bad. I figured I could put up with some pushes and shoves and grabs, and I could put up with that. Verbal abuse, physical altercations, because it wasn't all the time. Just when I made him mad. So I tried to do things that wouldn't make him mad. I walked on eggshells. I kept conversations very surface. We didn't talk deep about different things or my feelings or my emotions, because it would always lead to a fight. In which I would have to leave the house. I would have to sleep in the car or get a hotel for the night. My children were dragged into this, and it was just a very horrible experience. And I said I didn't want to make these videos long, so that's why I'm chopping them up and kind of speaking fast, because, you know, I don't want to hold you. I do want to keep your attention because this is such an important thing that I hope women find the strength to leave. The manipulation started before we even got married. We were dating. And it started out with the phone calls. As his girlfriend, he would call me all the time. And I'm not kidding. All the time, all day. And at first I thought when we're dating, how cute. Oh, he's being sweet. He cares about me. He's calling me all the time just to see what I'm doing, just to see how my days are going. It was cute at first, but it carried over into the marriage. And the phone calls were nonstop. The phone calls were all day while he was at work. And even when I got a job, the phone calls were even worse. No longer I felt like he was checking on me, and it was sweet and cute. Now I felt like he was checking up on me to see where I was going. What are you doing? Where are you going today? Who are you with? Who are you spending time with? What do you guys do? It was all day. It was constant. And we had joint accounts. And it got really bad because he would track where I was based on my spending from that account. So if I went to, say, Burger King and got a burger, and it was 2 o'clock in the afternoon, it would show in his timeline that I went to Burger King, I spent $5.26, and I was there at 2:30 p.m. And he would call me very soon after that and say, hey, I see you went to Burger King. What'd you get? That was $5.26. And, I was in deep. It really began that way. When we're in a relationship also, or when we first meet someone, we really want to please them. Even in a healthy relationship, there are certain things you like about the guy or the girl. The guy may tell his significant other, I like when your hair is short. I really like when you wear your hair short. And so, you wear your hair short. Or and the girl may say, I love you when you wear the blue. I love you in the blue shirt. And so the guy wears a blue shirt. It's harmless. It's healthy. Because we want to do things that pleases the other. But when you're being manipulated, those things become another form of emotional abuse. I want you to wear your hair short. Why are you wearing those clothes? Where do you think you're going? What do you think you're doing? Who are you talking to out there? And because in an unhealthy relationship as well, we want to please the other person. Okay, so we wear our hair short, and we don't wear those clothes we used to wear, even though they make us feel good. And before we got compliments, not even in a sexual nature, but just then boosted our self-esteem. Soon, the self-esteem is gone because you feel like you've become a part of this streamlined way of living your life. And before you know it, the healthy, I want to please my man or my lady becomes, I got to do this or he'll be mad or he'll be upset or I'll get yelled at. And it's not as easy as you would think to, well, he said that, I'm going to leave, I'm out of here. It's not that simple. When you're married, and in my case, married and moved away from my hometown. I was moved away. My kids came after the school year. I had already been abused then. I was abused about a month into the marriage. 1 month. The honeymoon was over in less than 4 weeks. And as I said, because the manipulation had already started and I didn't even realize it, the first time it happened, I thought it was an isolated incident, especially because he said, oh, I'm sorry. I'm a police officer. We're faced with so much adversity at work. We're faced with people, out there in the public that don't trust us and my coworkers and then you said something and it just made me snap. And I didn't mean that towards you. And I believed it. And I thought, maybe that's true. We just got married. We just moved. He's a cop. Perhaps this is a bit of a, it's a bit much for him, but it continued and continued. And I will go into it more in depth in the next video. This video is, as I said, I don't want to keep these too long, but I just wanted to kind of give a glimpse of what it's like being in these situations. And still, even after after every post that I put out here, I just please want to urge you, get out. Get out. I left, no money. I had no choice.